Hey there RC fans, Tony here, CCxRC, and if you've been watching the videos on this Vkar Bison and you're kind of on the fence about getting it, you're not sure if you really think that the quality is there, well, I've got something that just might tip those scales, put you over the edge, and make you really want this even more. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apologize to the wives and the girlfriends out there because I'm going to be dropping some bombshells today. Alright, so I've been bashing this Bison since the day after I got it, and I'm absolutely in love with this car. It's probably the second most favorite car that I own, right after the Traxxas X-Max. And there's several reasons why. It's the fastest car I own, it's the flippingest car I own, and it's one of the strongest cars that I own. It is the only one that's taken the abuse that I've thrown at it on the BMX trails and hasn't broken yet. So that's pretty crazy, especially because nobody's ever heard of it, and you know, a lot of people think that because it came from Gearbest that it's going to be toy grade. Well, I can tell you, I attest to it is not toy grade. This is full-on hobby grade RC right here, and it is a beast. And here's how I know. So I like to research. You know, if I'm going to come on here, I'm going to show this to you guys, and I'm really looking to help people out in finding what's a good first RC car. Kind of place them in the realm that they're in. Now this might not be a good first RC car for a young kid, but for somebody that could handle the speed or that will gradually build up to wanting more speed and power, half throttle this thing and then once you get used to it, kick it up to full speed. This thing is insane. You can get it for about just over 300 bucks. Right now it's on sale. It's under $300. Brushless, four-wheel drive, it's got aluminum upgrades. It is a really, really hot car. It can take abuse, it does backflips, front flips really easily. The main thing is that it's durable and it is super duper fast. Now, here's what I learned about it, and this might put some other people over the edge that are already into RC, want really good cars, they don't want to buy anything that they think might be cheap. Well, here's how I know, or why I believe that this thing isn't very cheap. So I was trying to figure out, I'm a researcher, I like to learn about things. And so I started looking into Vkar racing. I started looking at the Bison. Everyone says it looks like an E-Revo. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. You know, the body looks like a Revo. You know, the fin, the sleek top here. You know, the shocks and everything inside it are completely different. It runs more of a standard shock design system. But as I was looking at other truggies, because I've never had a truggy before, and this is my first, and boy, is this a really fun class. I noticed something. I noticed another car that had a lot of similarities to this. It had the same wheels, which was one of the first things. I was like, oh, those look like the Bison wheels. The coloring, everything is kind of this anodized looking champagne kind of color. And then I noticed the front bumper looked the same. The lights in the rear, it had the same rear lights. The wheelie bar looked the same. Then I noticed the fin holes and everything about the design of the fin looked the same. Then I noticed there's a little diamond here in this body post piece right here. The same. Same aluminum shocks and shock towers. Same mounts for the motor. And then the chassis is even the same. It's got these little clip spots here on the edges to be able to put the mesh on this. Now what car am I talking about? Come on, Tony, spit it out. Well, I ended up clicking on this car in the Google images for the truggies, and I ended up over on Hobbytown looking at the Hellion 410TR RTR four-wheel drive brushless truggy, and I looked at the internal body pictures that they have. They have a close-up as well that shows the shock tower, and it shows the shocks and the lights, and then that diamond that I was talking about here in the front. All of this is the same. But one of the other telltale things that I saw was this thing that I pointed out that was weird to me when I unboxed it. It's this like little guard that they put in front of the rear shock that screws in. Well, this is on the Hellion as well. And my mind was going, whoa, this is amazing. There's a couple reasons why. First, it means I've got part support now. That was one of the drawbacks that I was saying that people might have with this is availability of parts. Well, if Hobbytown carries it, you should be able to get parts for it. I went to Amazon, I looked it up. I can get most of the parts for this thing on Amazon. Now they're a lot more expensive there than if I were to go through the Chinese sites that sell the Bison version of the parts from Vkar. But I can get them quickly if I need to through US sources. And so that is just kind of a game changer for me in some ways. The other thing is that this Hellion is selling for $499, and as I said before, this one currently for the next couple days is under 300 bucks, which is insane. Brushless, four-wheel drive, waterproof, super rugged. You know, even the lights still work on this thing after I bashed it. The bumper on my X-Max, I broke this little bumper mount, you know, on the first day or two bashing it. Nothing up here is cracked or broken. It's insane. I busted my Gravedigger the second day I owned it, crashing it. So it's definitely rugged. Handles up to 4S, and it comes with a battery. Now, some of the things about the Hellion are nicer. They've put in a different motor, different ESC, I'm guessing a different servo, and they have a little bit nicer looking controller than this. It's not purple, but that may or may not be a plus for you. I don't know. But the thing about this is a lot of this is upgradable. Some people already have spare parts and can upgrade this if they don't like some of these components that are in here. But the main chassis, the roller of this car is the same as the roller of the Hellion, but you're getting it at a much lower price point. For the 200 buck difference, I could beef this thing up into a really crazy car. That's what I noticed. I just want to kind of give you guys that bombshell. It is after midnight here, but I really wanted to get up here and I wanted to tell you about this finding because I know some people have really expressed interest in it to me. And I've, again, just been trying to find ways to go ahead and share with you guys everything that I can find out about this car. And when I found this out, that for me was just a huge, huge bonus for people. And I wanted to be able to share that. So if you guys want, I'm going to post links down below to the car. You can check out the specs of it on Gearbest. I'll post some of the specs as well. They've got images and pictures and other things like that that you can check there. And I will say, again, I'm always honest and trying to be to disclose everything. If you do use the link to go over to Gearbest versus just typing it in, it does benefit me and the channel and help us out. So that's just being completely honest about it. If you don't want to help us out, just go type in Gearbest into your browser and then hit the search for the Bison. It'll pull it up. But if you like what the videos we've put together, it doesn't change anything for you to use my link or not. But it does help support our channel, and I'll let Gearbest know that the videos that you saw from here did help you in your decision to come over to their site and make the purchase. But again, it doesn't really matter to me. It's not going to change what I do here on the channel and the way that I want to support you guys. My wife always tells me I couldn't trade my $100 bill for a $5 bill. So, except somehow with the RC cars, I'm able to convince her that I should be able to get another one. So that's, in that way I can be a salesman. But if I were to turn around and try and sell it, I would knock it down to like a quarter of whatever I paid for it because, yeah. Anyway, take it or leave it. I'm definitely going to recommend this to people who are asking me, friends and family, saying, what could I get my kids? What's a great RC car? And if I think that they're actually capable of handling the speed that this goes and the power that it has, for just all around the best car at a good price, this right now, in my opinion, as a basher, is right there at the top of the list as far as value for your money. As always, thanks for stopping by and listening to me ramble. I hope that this video and the other videos about this helped you out. If you are looking for an RC car, and maybe you were looking at something like this but didn't think it would have the quality, maybe this little research I did will help you out in your decision. But there's a lot of great cars out there, guys. This is just one, and I really do happen to like it. I'm sure that Losi makes a pretty killer truggy like this. I'm sure the Arma ones look really killer to me as well. And the Traxxas E Revo is always awesome. But if you're not looking to spend some of that money for the quality that they have, this is a lot of quality at a lower price. And I really think it's something that can be recommended as a good basher. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Have fun RCing.